Welcome to Obscure Depths MLB preview, the San Diego Padres. I'm picking the Padres to finish third in the NL West. Some people might think Arizona's a little bit better, and I think they probably are pitching-wise. I just think this team has a lot more going for it in terms of fielding. This is a team that hasn't made a lot of moves per se, so these players have been together a while, and that's why I'm picking them over the Arizona Diamondbacks to finish third. Yonder Alonso, first baseman, had his struggles last year, but this guy certainly has potential to hit 20-25 home runs. I like for him to have a much better season than he had a year ago. Nick Hundley, I really like this kid. He had a terrible year last year, 157 batting average, but I think if he is fully healthy, he could have a decent year. They also have Yasmani Grandal, who's been linked to PEDs. I like what this kid brings to the table if he gets a chance to play this year. Chase Headley at third base. Headley had a monster season a year ago. I look for him to kind of do much of the same. Will he hit 30 home runs again? Maybe, maybe not. But I think he'll have a decent season again. Everett Cabrera, really like what he can do. He's a very fast player. And he's certainly somebody that could create havoc on the base path for this team going forward. Did you know he stole 44 bases last year? Did anybody know that? But he did. So I like what he brings to the table. They got Logan Forsythe at second base. Just a serviceable second baseman, not really much there. Go out to the outfield. You got Will Venable. This is a guy that hasn't been given a chance to be an everyday player yet, and I think they really need to do that and just let this guy fly. I think he could be a 20-20 guy, maybe 20 home runs, 30 stolen base guy. Had a decent batting average of 264 last year. I think if he creates 20 home runs, you can let him hit 260, 250. I certainly like him going forward. Cameron Maybin had a bit of a off year last year. He hit 240, stole 26 bases. I look for him to improve on that offense if he gets the chance to play every day, which he should. I mean, this is one of those guys that's going to lead this team for the future. So I really like for him to have a decent season. Carlos Quentin had 16 home runs in just 72 games last year. He's already a little dinged up. He's getting older, so he's always a question mark. But when he's fully healthy, this guy can drive in runs and be the run producer that you need him to be when he's fully healthy. Jose Guzman is a guy that you're going to see a little bit kind of all over the place for this team. First, right, left, outfield. I think he has potential to be a pretty good player. He's going to be a reserve player, but he's a guy that's been around this league, and he's a quality guy to have on your bench. They also got Chris Denorfia and Kyle Blanks to kind of back up positions. Blanks has been a budding prospect for 5 years. I don't know if you'll even see him this year, but he has the potential to be a pretty good player for this team. I don't know when that is exactly going to happen, but he does have the potential. Edison Volquez is going to be the #1 starter for this team. He had a decent year last year, 11 wins. ERA was a little higher. I look for that number to go down a little bit this year. Clayton Richard, another decent pitcher. 14 wins, 14 losses last year. This is kind of a 500 team, so I look for him to have that same type of thing. Eric Stoltz is a guy that I kind of like. He's been around this league now for 4 or 5 years, kind of up and down, and he's going to have a chance to be a starter day one, and I really like what he brings to the table. I think he could surprise a lot of people. He could maybe even win 12 games on this 500 team. Jason Marquis is kind of a guy that's all over the place. They also have Freddie Garcia. That's kind of their 4th and 5th starter. It's nice to have those veteran arms there, but they do have some young up-and-comers like Casey Kelly and Andrew Kashner. I look for both of those guys to make some starts this year and be effective going forward. That's really about it for the rotation. Bullpen, you got Houston Street. He's another guy who's when healthy is very good. Luke Gregerson is a very good setup man. Dale Thayer has also had some success there. So that's really about it. They do have Joe Thatcher, who is another guy that's been there quite a while. That's A pretty good setup, man. So, like I said, this team's going to be a third-place team in the NL West. I really like for this team to be good in maybe 3 years' time if they can keep all these players together. I kind of like the nucleus they have. It doesn't really jump out as these guys are superstars, but I really like the fact that they're kind of keeping these core players together and they're slowly becoming a better team. I hope they can keep Chase Headley, and if not, they're going to get a lot of pieces for him. So this has been Obscure Depths MLB Preview, the San Diego Padres. Thank you for watching. Once again, I want to send a shout out to my #1 fan, Braves 1025. Thank you for all your encouragement. I appreciate you. You can't understand how much I appreciate you. Thank you. Have a good day.